Yeah. Yeah, man. Hold on, let me show y'all this, boy. Back at it like Pacheco and Nelson. If you seen that last night, the car was lit. The fight was off the chain. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Steve Nelson, man. You know what I mean? Steve Nelson, that boy, hey, all heart and grit, man. He left it all in the ring last night. I got to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I was with him, but Pacheco's a tough customer, bro. Like that little younger can't. He can't. Hey, that little younger came to knock some shit out, man. No bullshit. Shout out to Pacheco, man. That youngster came to knock some shit out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give Steven Nelson. That dude got a chin out this fucking world, bro. He took some shots last night. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I was literally, man. It was one time Steve Nelson got caught with that left hook. I thought it was over for him, but he took that shit like a champ. He ate that shit like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Steven Nelson. The card was amazing. You had guys like Zaquan Moses making his pro debut. The Indian Olympian Nishan Dev made his pro debut. You know, excellent. You know what I mean? Now with the Zaquan, I was it was kind of strange to me. If y'all seen that, put it in the comments, man. That stoppage was kind of wild. Like, I mean, he started putting hands on dude towards the end of the end of the round, but then the dude just quitting on the stool. I was fucking confused. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was confused. You know what I'm saying? Um, but hell of a fight anyway. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Zaquan Moses. He 2-0, doing his thing. You feel me? Like again, hey, listen, we out here in Lagos, Nigeria. You know what I mean? Let me show y'all a little something real quick before I get back to this box. Go. You know what I mean? For sure. Yeah. My boy
My
Spectacle.
boy Joe. Hey.
You know what I'm saying? My Spectacle on the UK finals. You know what I'm saying? My dog, man. Look, Specs. I was talking about the Steve Nelson and Pacheco. Then I kind of touched on Nishan Dev and his pro debut, along with Zaquan Moses. Um, Now to me, with the Zaquan Moses, I was kind of, bruh, I don't know what that was. He stopped it. I guess the dude quit after the first round, but I didn't really see anything to, where he was getting whooped that bad the way he had to quit. I didn't see that. You know what I mean? I don't know what, we watched it together damn near, you know what I'm saying? I don't, we were confused, bro. Like, kind of talk about, your feelings on the Zaquan Moses stoppage and, how you feel about that.
It was a phantom stoppage is what I'm gonna call it still, because it didn't make any sense to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Hold tight, Zaquan. I expected to see a bit more action. I'm just calling this a phantom stoppage. Like, it was so strange. It was very, very strange, very
Very.
abrupt. Like, there wasn't too much happening. There wasn't too much happening in this fight. So I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. But hopefully next time out, his opponent, I can't say that he was game. I can't say that he wasn't game, but he was an
Right.
opponent.
It was like you right, bro. Because dude came out, throwing some shit. Like he hit Zaquan with a couple jabs. I was like, okay, this motherfucker came to fight. He came to fight, no doubt. Okay, let's see what's going on. And then the bell rung, and then it was over. I was like, what just happened? I thought I missed something. Like I turned away, turned back, and they was waving the white flag. I'm like, whoa, man. Okay, cool. I mean, I guess that's how we trying to build them. You know what I mean? off wins like that. I don't know how this gonna help him, but like I said, shout out to Zaquan Moses. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what else? Then Nishant Dev, the Indian Olympian, man, with the amazing performance last night. Dropped the dude 3 times. You know what I mean? That I like his story because of what happened to him in the Olympics,
In the
and
Olympic,
how
yep.
he lost to the gold medalists and stuff like that. So, and just to see what happened to him this summer and to see how he rebounded from that and came back and did what he did last night. That shit was amazing. I got to give it to Nishant Dev, man. Shout out to Nishant Dev. Space, kind of tell me what you think about Nishant, man.
Yeah, yesterday that was an amazing pro debut. India is on the map, and this
For
is what
real.
we love to see about boxing. Do you know what I mean? Like these new nations coming in, putting their fighting best on the forefront. Again, his story from the Olympics to now is it's looking like he's written for greatness, And I don't want to talk too soon for him,
I
but
know,
what
I
we
know, I know,
saw.
I know.
Man, the speed of those hands yesterday, just the movement coming. Oh yeah, man, it's great. It's great to see a real. I'm gonna enjoy seeing this guy expanding, doing more rounds, like just going through the level of competition. Like I'm really, really looking forward to seeing this guy.
Yeah, no, for real. I mean, I talking to his trainer and coach, as they referred to him on the zone last night, the great Ronald Sims. You know what I mean? He said he's trying to get him in there at least 4 or 5 times this year. So I believe that's wonderful. You know what I mean? I love that. I love that for Nishant. You know what I mean? Hold on, man. Hey, everybody that's up in here right now, look, I need y'all to mash that like button for us, man. Send us to some real boxing fans really trying to get this game, man. Because listen, we all across the globe with it right now. You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. My man Specs is in the United Kingdom in London. So you know what I'm saying? Like that just shows you the range of where we at right now.
Yep.
Know,
I can't hear you.
Steve Nelson and Pacheco, hell of a fight, man. Steve Nelson got the heart of a damn man. I was with him last night. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Uh, I, it was kind of hard to watch because he came on pretty strong in the beginning. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because even Chris Mannix, the guy I never agree with ever, he had that scorecard correct going into that 6th round. Nelson was winning the fight. I do feel like the cut affected him a lot. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like that definitely was an issue in the fight. And then listening to him in the post fight saying that he had that cut in training. That was a reopened cut. I was
Mm.
like, man, you know what I mean? It was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Steve Nelson, he left it all in the ring. I got nothing but respect for a fighter like that. Even uh, the guy was graceful in defeat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
you can respect a fighter like that. You know what I mean? He didn't bring no excuses. He talked about the cut, but he gave his props to Pacheco. You know what I mean? Said Pacheco's a hell of a youngster. So tell me how you feel about the Pacheco and the and Steve Nelson fight last night.
It's an amazing fight. An amazing fight yesterday. Do you know what I'm saying? Nelson, as you said, he was so game. He like a very, very formidable opponent, and he gave a great outing of himself. With what he was saying coming into the fight, I hope this isn't the end. I hope this isn't the last that we see of Nelson. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there is still
Yeah,
some more that I would love to see of him. He was coming definitely clean. Like he was definitely, especially early on, that IQ. That it was like it was. I can't lie. I was thinking he was going to pull off an upset yesterday. I was thinking he was going to pull off the
oh
upset and
man,
pull off
I
the
did
win.
too, man. He was working. Like I was loving the early work he was doing early in the fight. Oh, okay. Shout out to Lunatic. Lunatic says Steve Nelson did his thing. Very clean punches for Pacheco, but few and far in between. Yeah, I see where you're at with that. But I was loving how Steve was working earlier. Like he was going, he was using his jab, using his movement. I felt like he should have went to Pacheco's body a little more. I felt he could have, that could have played a bigger part for him in them later rounds. When Pacheco because Pacheco got tired as fucking them later rounds, bro. I was
Yeah,
looking, he was tired. That youngster was tired, and I felt like if Nelson would have used some, just the body work a little more in the fight, I felt like he probably could have got more out. You know what I mean? It would have been. He probably even could have pulled off the upset because he was
yeah,
damn close. You know what I mean? He
yeah,
was damn close.
yeah.
So I don't know. And then again to touch on something that you said, still getting these big fights. Even though Steve Nelson took his first loss, um, you know, I that if that's how you took your first loss, bro, it's salute, man. You know what I mean? And he still wants big fights. You know what I mean? He did mention something in the post presser that kind of stuck with me. He was like, we need to kind of stop. Every time a fighter takes one loss, you say, "Oh, it's over for him," or "He's done." And you know what I mean? Like that's crazy because that's one thing. Like I kind of say this a lot. Like when it comes to fighters, that's the one thing that as a fight fan you love about a fighter to see if he can bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Is he resilient after adversity? Can he? You know what I'm saying? Can he bounce back after a loss? Can he bounce back after getting dropped? You know what I'm saying? Can he bounce back after getting socked in the fucking face? You know what I'm saying? Like these are things that we look to as fight fans and to these fighters. And I think this is some of the stuff that when we equate them with greatness, so we talk about how great they are, we look at these attributes and then make our decision on the fighter. So I don't know if you heard him in the post presser, kind of talking about the fight and all that, but if you did, like, you know, how do you feel about Steve Nelson saying that he still wants big fights and that after one loss, you shouldn't look at a fighter and be like, it's over for him, it's done.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. I think again, yeah, as you said, that's his first loss, and that's a very formidable loss. Like, it's a super respectful loss. Like, I like this guy through the whole build up of the fight, the way he showed himself in that fight yesterday, and then like I caught the highlights of the post presser, but I agree completely. Not He is not done at all, and this is why I want to see him in some more fights. Like, he can get a championship. He can get himself a strap. He can get himself a strap for sure. And we need to like this year. It has to be the year where we start being able to question. Like, the fighters that lose their moment. It's a moment for them to show us who they are, because that moment of adversity and then their next fight following, we can see greatness. Also, greatness can come out of these moments as well. So I agree with what he said, also echoing what Turk was saying as well, where we need to get to a place where fans, boxing community, the casuals, everyone, we need to normalize losing. It's sports. It's sports. Do you know what I'm saying? No one's retiring after one loss. No one's absolutely finished and can't be, and matchmakers can't find these guys other fights just because they've taken one loss, especially at that level.
Now I'm
Especially
with
at
you.
that level.
And see, like when we talk about things like that, I always bring this guy up because it's so recent. When we talk about somebody taking a loss and then coming back, you know what I mean? And I'm speaking about El Rayo. Like we watched De Los Santos knock this fool out. And this dude came back and now he's a world champion. So and when I look at that, I'm like, that's a real world champion right there. That's a real fighter right there. You know what I mean? You can say what you want about El Rayo, but that dude, that's real. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got knocked out, came back, and he is a world champion at 140 pounds. Like that, as a fight fan, that's the kind of fighter that I'm rooting for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because he can go through adversity and still, give his best. Show that he's still around. You know what I mean? Still got the grit. Nothing. Just because he lost, you know what I mean? It doesn't lessen his character at all. He didn't want to. Oh my God, I can't do this shit no more. None of that. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, fuck it. Let's get back in the gym. Get right back to it. Oh, who they bring a pit bull? Bring his ass on. Let's go. Hey, let's come on. Let's go. So when you have that as a fighter, and I feel like every fighter does have that within them because that's why they fight. But then it gets exposed sometimes. You know what I mean? Like we looking and we like, damn, bro, damn, this dude took like a Chris Colbert. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's just like he took their first loss and man just went downhill. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like this whole build up was a facade. You know what I mean? Like it was never real in the first place. So and ironically, it's crazy that he fought El Rayo. So you know what I'm saying? But it's like it is what it is, man. Now going on to something else. I don't know if you've seen. Okay, the guy Tito Mercado. This guy is a. I'm talking about. He is a shit talker. He's talking to Keyshawn. He's talking to Shakur Stevenson. He's talking to Andy Cruz. He's talking shit to any and everybody who's gonna listen. But I did see something last night. Shakur Stevenson actually addressed this guy. And I
mm,
need to get it to where we can show these playbacks while we talk about it because it was crazy. Shakur walked up on that ring kick and told that dude numerous times, "Get off my dick. I don't know you. I don't even know you, bro. Who are you? Like, why are you mentioning my name?" But Tito Mercado, I'm not going. He's a formidable opponent. He's coming to knock some shit out. But I don't think his skill level is ready for Shakur Stevenson, someone who's a ring general like that and knows his way around, is very defensively sound, does different things very well. I don't know. Like somebody's just gonna stand in front of Tito though, he's gonna sleep him. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Did you see the little back and forth between Tito and
Of
Shakur? And if you did, tell me what you think about this, baby.
Yeah, man. When as soon as he got his hand raised, he went in because I know they was putting the fighters on live like straight afterwards, and he walks to the ropes and he's like he's saying some stuff to Shaq and that. I just wanted Shaq not to say anything,
Right.
realistically. Like I wanted Shaq not to respond because it's like Tito, he's not at that level yet. And I don't think
Sure.
he can troll his way to a fight. Do you know what I mean? I guess it can be some interesting marketing. And if he really does show us something, maybe he can put himself that much more in the conversation. But not against Shaq. Not against the guys that he's mentioning right now. I feel like he's aiming for the moon and hoping to reach the stars when he's doing that
Mm.
for me. And it's just
Yeah,
like
and a fighter in his position, I mean, you can't be mad at it. You know what I'm saying? You be wondering like why, you calling the top guys and you still a contender. You know what I mean? But in some strange way, Specs, I fucking respect it. I don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
why. I respect it, dog. Because it's like nobody else is going at these dudes like that for real. Everybody else is just on some suck me shit. You know what I'm saying? They oh, he's the greatest. He's da da da. But this guy's like, man, fuck it. He don't fight that good to me. He ain't that
yeah.
nice. Let me fight him. Shit, I like that. As a competitor, I do like it. You know what I mean? Um, Also, what I did like yesterday was, because I was kind of, I didn't really know what to think of. I'm moving a little forward, and I'm talking about Andy Cruz. Like Andy Cruz'
Mm.
performance, I think it was a good performance. I think it showed Andy Cruz's range, being that was his fifth win, fourth win,
Mhm.
and going into those deep rounds. It was. I was kind of confused at first. I didn't really know what Andy was trying to do because
I think it was a good performance. I think it was a good performance last night. I do feel that he's just got to understand pacing himself and offering like a variety in his arsenal because it's like I'd hate to typecast yourself as a style that is easily readable. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially early on, for me, in my opinion. Like I think he did pretty good yesterday, you know. I think he did pretty good, but he just needs to expand that repertoire a little bit. I think, sorry, someone saying, you still there, Joe? Still there, Joe? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna continue anyway. Do you know what I mean? I still feel Andy Cruz did. He showed himself really well yesterday. You back?
Yeah,
Nice. No one. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I like I'm in like I think he showed himself really good yesterday. He showed himself really well, and even how he wobbled Omar. Was it, I might mispronounce his name. Forgive me, Salcido. Like I think it was he showed himself he showed himself really well. Like I just want him to pick. I want to see more rounds of Andy Cruz, and I want to see hopefully that he can expand his his repertoire just so that we can get a couple different looks of him. Do you know what I mean? Like I think he's a real formidable talent. I just need to see just a variety. Yeah, hopefully they match make him with an opponent that he can show himself just a little bit more, just get to boxing a little bit more. Like, I don't mind. I I'm not one of those guys where a knockout is a definitive thing all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I sometimes I really enjoy just to see great boxing, and that's what I want to see just for 1, 2 fights. Like that's it. I don't want him to be too hungry to get a stoppage. Like it's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? It's okay. Some of us we know what we're seeing. Do you know what I mean? So I just really want him to be able to just show himself, campaign himself with uh, campaign himself alongside some better matchmaking. That's what I want for him on this come up. But yesterday was great. It was great. It was a good performance, a good outing of Andy.
for his first world title, February 4th. And I believe once Keyshawn Davis captures that world title, that guy's gonna skyrocket. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just my belief. You know, me just on the outside looking in and observing what's going on. Like, hey, that dude is going to skyrocket when as soon as he touches that WBO belt. You know, I think but I brought up Keyshawn because I'm like, you know, Andy Cruz is the one guy that has gotten the best of Keyshawn every time he's been in the ring with him.
Mm.
And a lot of people say, oh, it's just the
Yeah.
Keyshawn was just like, yo, what the fuck, bro? What? Bro, come on, man. What we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Then he gave him a little weak pound and then Dad scored. Now you telling me that okay, yeah, they all talk shit. It's boxing. They
Yeah, yeah.
And this week coming up, Specs is lit, bro. David Morrell and David Benavidez. It is finally here. Fight week is upon us. My goodness. This
Oh,
is a matchup, man. It is, yeah. I cannot wait, bro. This is a fight, you know, uh me and a couple of our guys and stuff. We've been talking about this for a good year plus.
Joe, I think you're cutting out again. I think you just cut out again a little. Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. You're a little bit choppy, but I can still hear you. Yep, yep, it's a bit better. Yep.
I was getting a call.
Fight, fight week. David Morel, Benavides Morel, fight week.
Morel's gonna show us. And he's training in my hometown of Houston, Texas. But man, been too much experience. He got too much grit. And the worst thing of he is passionate about whooping his.
It's facts. It's facts. It's facts, man. But listen, I've got the utmost respect for both of them and for Benavides for taking on this fight because for me, David Morrell is a really he's just shown himself really well. I love his style. I love Morrell's style. Like I honestly enjoy his style. I enjoy how explosive he is. Like he's looking to box, but he's looking to catch you. He's looking to catch you. So this week, I feel like we're gonna see a real high punch output round by round, especially as the fight goes on. And for me, I think Benavides is gonna be too much. I think Benavides is just gonna work out as too much for Morel. But I do think Morel's gonna have 1-2 moments. If Morel's
Sure.
at his on his game, I definitely think he's gonna have some moments in this fight this week.
I agree. I agree. He's gonna have some moments for sure. Like it's just no way he's not. Like he's definitely too skilled of a fighter. You know, like I said, even I went back and I was watching Caleb Plant and Benavidez. I didn't realize how Plant was doing against Benavidez in them early rounds. Like, you know what I mean? And watching that, I was like, oh shit, okay. Well, Morrell could get some shit going, early. But Morrell don't really got the experience on the backside of a fight, those championship
Mm,
rounds. He don't really know what
mm,
that's like. And
yeah.
when you get in there with a David Benavidez in those championship rounds, oh shit, it's nasty. It is nasty. You know what I mean? And that's why I say inevitably Benavidez puts it.
Yeah. I think I think you're cutting out. You're cutting out again just a little bit.
My back.
Yep, yep. You're back.
It's amazing for fight. It said, man, that's what we're gonna leave it. You know what I'm saying? For still getting it don't matter.
You can find me on Instagram, Spectacle, or you can find me on Clubhouse. Yeah, come on to Clubhouse if you ever wanna. If any of you guys fight fans across the world, you wanna come and chop
Yeah.
it up with us on a normal. Come to Joe Prophet's house on Clubhouse. We're chopping it up every day. Yeah. So, but you can
Sure.
find me
Yes,
Spectacle on
sir.
Instagram or with Joe and the gang, yeah, and the Boxing Commission on Clubhouse every day.
Let's get it. Man, it's another episode.
Peace. My bro.